You guys, please, please, please don't go into the wilderness without taking these 10 items with you. Hey y'all, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Christi the Gen X Gypsy, helping you to travel better so you can focus on making unforgettable memories. And today we are talking all about the 10 essentials that you need to take with you anytime you go into the woods. Now, honestly, I didn't even know about these 10 essentials until like 4 or 5 years ago when I took an REI class on wilderness survival techniques. And that is where I actually learned about the 10 essentials. The 10 essentials themselves were kind of developed back in the 1930s by a group of mountaineers out of Seattle, where they kind of determined what were the most important things that someone should have with them in case of emergency when they were out hiking or climbing mountains or just basically out in the woods themselves, in case they got lost or they fell or any of those not so wonderful things happening to you when you're enjoying the wilderness. Now, it's kind of morphed into more of systems that you need to have along with you when you're hiking, because there are a lot of different items that can fall into each of these systems. And depending on how deep into the woods or how remote you're going to be when you are out in the wilderness is going to be the determination of what items you actually need to take with you. Today, I'm just going to go over the items that I take with me when I'm going on a simple day hike, probably not really going over like 10 or 15 miles in the day. So let's get started going over what those systems are. So the 10 systems themselves are navigation, hydration, shelter, extra food, first aid, fire, light, fix-it, sunscreen, and extra layers. And I'm going to go over each one of those right now. So first off, you are going to want to know where you're going and how you're going to get there. Our phones can do okay, but there are a lot of places that you're not going to have cell phone service and you're not going to be able to access a map when you're out in the middle of the woods. So you definitely need to download the trail map into your pictures or your notes on your phone if that is what you're going to use. Or you can pick up a trail map, you know, at the beginning of the trailhead. Or a lot of times what I do is I'll take a picture of the trail map that's at the trailhead, so I have that along when I go out on the trails. There are, you know, some places where the trails are so well marked it would be almost impossible to get lost. But there are a lot of other places that, you know, you really kind of need to have that map along with you, or at least directions along with you, so that you know where you're going and you don't get lost. So make sure you have those with you and you have them in a place that you don't necessarily need to depend on cell service in order to get them. So that is navigation. The second, I think most important one, is hydration. Now, I usually have like a camelback that I carry in my backpack that I have with me. Lots of outdoor noises when you film in the outdoors. Now, I usually have a camelback that I have in my backpack with me, but I also like to hike with this Life Straw bottle because this will filter pretty much anything that needs to be filtered. And it's great if you run out of water and you need to grab some water from a stream or something, you can feel safe having it go through this straw. The other thing you can bring with you is tablets that you can put into the water to at least get the bacteria out of it. It won't filter all of the other yucky stuff, but in desperate times, you know, desperate measures are needed. I do carry along a couple of, I keep them in my first aid kit, but I do carry along a couple of these, what is it? They're called aqua tabs. They're basically water purification tabs. I'll never be able to pronounce this correctly. Sodium dichloramide, I think is how you say it. But I have a couple of packets of these that I just keep in case the worst case happens. So that is hydration. The next is to make sure you have extra food with you. There are some times that you might go on a hike and you think, I'm just going to go out for a burger and beer after I'm done with the hike. I'm not going to worry about carrying any food with me. I would say still at least throw, you know, a couple of bars in there. Worst case scenario, you know, you get super hungry or you have your sugar crashes or something, you have something in there that you can grab and eat. Other things that are really good to have in there are jerky sticks, because having that protein-rich snack. Is slow burning energy, and that will just help you if you do end up getting stuck out longer than you think you're going to. Nuts, of course, are another favorite. The next one is shelter, and typically I just take an emergency blanket with me that I figure that'll be enough if I get stuck out overnight for some reason. I can just wrap up in the emergency blanket and that should be okay. But if it does start raining, you know, I might run into some issues. So my kind of cheap trick for if it starts to rain kind of shelter is to pick up an inexpensive shower liner at the dollar store and then have some rope that you can just string it up and hang it between a couple of trees if you need to, or worst case scenario, you just wrap it around yourself to help keep the water off of you until help comes. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but if you get lost in the woods, it's best to stay in one place. It'll be much easier for people to find you if you stay put and then they can come to you. Don't try to find your way out of the woods. And another story, if you're wondering why all of this is necessary, is that it is easier to get lost in the woods than you think. We had somebody here in the Croatan Forest last year get lost. I want to say he was in the woods for 3 or 4 days. And these woods are not all that complicated to get around in. They're just pine forest and they're pretty open spaces. But sometimes it's just easy to get turned around and all of a sudden you don't know which way you need to go to get out to the road. And that is why all of this is important. Moving on to fire. You will need to have a way to start fire if you get stuck out in the woods, especially if it's a cold night. The things that I carry with me are a lighter, matches. They're not waterproof. I've never had good luck with waterproof matches. I'm hoping between the plastic bag and the lighter, I'll never have to use the matches. And the last thing I really hope I never have to use, even though I do know how to use it, is this flint set that I got from REI when I did that little course. But I do have a flint set for very worst case scenario. The other thing I take with me are some cotton balls and a little container of petroleum jelly, because I could dip the cotton balls in the petroleum jelly and set them on fire, and that will help get a fire started way better than trying to collect twigs or leaves or whatever when you're out in the wilderness. Having an extra little helper along will get that fire started way faster. And for light, the easiest thing to have in your backpack, and something that I think you should carry with you pretty much everywhere you travel, is a headlamp. It is bright, it doesn't go through batteries very quickly, and it gives you hands-free abilities if you need to have light and be doing something at the same time. You don't want to depend on the flashlight on your phone because, again, the battery might run down on that, and then you're left with no GPS signal or light on the phone. Bring a headlamp. It's very, very easy. And you know what else is easy? Taking a second to click that thumbs up button below so that this video can spread to more people. And if you know anyone that needs to hear this information, please share it, because you know sharing is caring. So moving on from our headlamp to our fix-it. And by a fix-it kit, I don't mean anything very complicated, because again, you don't want to take up a whole lot of space in your backpack and you don't want to weigh it down. But you do want a couple of items that you might need if you get in a bind. I almost said a fix, but that seemed a little too punny. I have a multi-tool knife here, and you know, it comes with a corkscrew just in case I get lost in the woods with a bottle of wine. You never know, it could happen. But it does have a bunch of other multi-tools, but the main thing is that it has a knife. It has a knife so I can cut this string if I need to, or cut down limbs or anything else that I might need to get to. So a multi-tool is a really important thing to have along. I also have some duct tape that I've wrapped around a card, and I have some safety pins. In case the strap on the backpack breaks or something along those lines, you can just use the safety pins to help get you back to your car. The other thing I have in my fix-it is extra batteries for the headlamp. So if something does happen with the headlamp and it starts to die, I have the batteries that I can replace in there. And from fixing it, we go to the first aid kit. And again, this is not very complicated. You just want items that if you start to get uncomfortable on your hike, you have the ability to take care of it so you can enjoy the rest of your hike, or at least make it back to your car without being in too much pain. And those items are, one of the ones I think is getting more and more important the older I get, is this anti-diarrheal medicine. Some Benadryl, just in case you end up having an allergic reaction all of a sudden. You want to have something to take care of that. Some moleskin for if you have a blister that starts to form. This is the best stuff, and that's where the knife can come in handy. You can cut your moleskin with the knife down to size. A variety of Band-Aids, some alcohol prep pads, a little ibuprofen, and maybe one of the most important things is to have these extra bug spray wipes. You never know when a trail might all of a sudden turn really buggy and the mosquitoes are all over you. So having these along can really make your hike way better than it might be if you're being followed by a swarm of mosquitoes. And these last two items might be things that you wouldn't necessarily think of as essentials, but they would be very important to have when you need them. The first one is sun protection. Bring a hat, even if you don't think you're going to need it. Throw it on your backpack. I carry mine on a carabiner on the back of my backpack if I don't start out wearing one, just to have in case the sun starts getting really bright. I end up somewhere where there's not a lot of trees and it's really open and you're getting a lot of sun on your face. It's just a good idea to have one along. There's plenty of packable hats that give you a little bit more coverage if you wanted to add those in, but definitely bring a hat. Also, bring along extra sunscreen. I really like this stick sunscreen by Sunbum because I can use it on my face. It works on my lips. Your lips are so susceptible to getting burned. They're probably going to be the first thing on your face that gets burned, especially if you're getting hydrated. So make sure you are putting sunscreen on your lips. But it's also big enough that if I need to put it on my shoulders, if I'm wearing a tank top or something, that this would work really well. And of course, sunglasses to help protect your eyes. And lastly, bring extra layers of clothes. Even if you're hiking and it's like 80 degrees, if you end up stuck out in the woods overnight, you are going to want that extra layer. Or perhaps going back to the sun protection, you could throw on a shirt like this that has the SPF in it and help protect your arms and your shoulders if the sun is getting really bright. Or you can use it as an extra layer to put on if you need to be a little bit warmer. Now, if it is cooler, it is a good idea to take a packable puffy jacket like this one I've had 4 years from Mountain Hardware, and this packs down really small. I have definitely enjoyed having this when I've ended up at the top of a mountain and it's been way cooler at the top of the mountain than it was when we started the hike, especially if we're going to sit around and have a little lunch. But again, if you get stuck in the woods, it's also nice to have a little something like this to keep you warm. And lastly, throw in a dollar store poncho because you never know when you might get rained on. And for $1, isn't it worth it to be able to not get soaking wet when you're out on your hike? So there you go. Those are the 10 essentials. But I do have a bonus item for you. This is something that I think is the most important 11th item that you need when you are out hiking. And that is a whistle. The whistle is important because if you do fall somewhere off the trail or you get lost, the whistle is going to be heard way better than you shouting. Or if you've injured yourself and maybe broken a rib or something else, it's going to be really painful to keep shouting. And you're going to burn up a lot of energy that you don't need to be burning up by yelling. Throw in a whistle. They're cheap. And I would highly encourage you to do one that's a bright color so you can easily find it. The other use for a whistle is if you need to maybe scare off wildlife or perhaps some annoying human, you can pull out the whistle and use it for that too, and you might be able to frighten them away. If you are looking for some hiking inspiration, check out these videos next. Be safe, make smart choices, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.